A 23-year-old barista named Maya Chen noticed a K-9 officer and his German shepherd outside a Seattle coffee shop at 6:47 a.m., and without thinking, she made a hand signal she'd learned in childhood, one she never thought she'd actually need to use. Maya Chen, 23, barista and part-time graphic design student. Maya moved to Seattle 18 months ago from Portland to escape something she never named aloud. She lives in a cramped studio apartment in Capitol Hill, works the opening shift at Groundwork Coffee 6 days a week, and takes online design courses at night. She's quiet, keeps to herself, and has exactly 2 friends, her co-worker Jenna, 26, who talks enough for both of them, and her neighbor's cat. Her routine is rigid. Wake at 5 a.m., walk 4 blocks to work, unlock the shop at 5:45 a.m., brew the first pot, smile at regulars, go home, study, sleep, repeat. She never deviates. People think she's shy. The truth is more complicated. Maya grew up in foster care in Oregon. By age 12, she'd lived in 7 different homes. One of them, a short-term placement when she was 9, was run by a retired police officer named Carol Hastings and her husband, a former K-9 trainer. They were kind. They taught her things: how to read a dog's body language, how to stay calm. In chaos, and one specific hand signal, a silent distress call taught to children in vulnerable situations. If you're ever in trouble and can't speak, Carol had said, and there's a police dog nearby, you do this. She demonstrated, palm facing. The dog, fingers together, then a subtle wave downward twice. The dog will alert its handler. It's trained to recognize panic signals. Maya lived with them for only 4 months before being moved again. She never used the signal. She never thought about it. Until now. Because for the past 11 months, Maya has been living with her boyfriend, Ethan, 28. He moved in 6 weeks after they started dating. She didn't invite him. He just stayed, brought his stuff, took over her space. At first, it felt like love. He was charming, attentive, always texting. Then came the questions. Who were you talking to? Why did you smile at that customer? Why do you need friends? Then came the control, checking her phone, losing her keys so she'd miss class, showing up at work unannounced. Then came the fear. 3 weeks ago, she tried to leave. He blocked the door, smashed her laptop, told her if she ever tried again, he'd make sure no one would believe her. He works in tech, has money, knows people. She's a foster kid with no family. Who would take her side? She stopped trying. She stopped answering Jenna's texts. She stopped making eye contact with customers. But Ethan has a pattern. Every Wednesday, he drives to Tacoma for work meetings. He leaves at 6 a.m., returns by 2 p.m. On Wednesdays, Maya can breathe. This Wednesday, April 12th, she opens the shop as usual. The morning is gray, drizzling. At 6:45 a.m., a Seattle Police K-9 unit pulls up outside. Officer Daniel Brooks, 34, steps out with his partner, a German shepherd named Koda. They're on a routine patrol break. Maya is wiping down the espresso machine when she sees them through the window. Something inside her fractures. She doesn't plan it. She doesn't think. She walks to the window, makes eye contact with Koda, and raises her hand, palm out, fingers together, 2 slow waves downward. Koda's ears snap forward. His body stiffens. He barks once, sharp, and pulls toward the door. Officer. Brooks freezes. That's not a normal alert. Brooks has worked with Koda for 5 years. He knows every bark, every twitch. This alert is different. It's the one they train for but rarely see. Human distress, nonverbal signal. He enters the shop. Maya is back behind the counter, hands shaking, eyes down. Morning, he says carefully. Can I get a black coffee? Sure. Her voice is barely a whisper. Koda is still staring at her, whining softly. Brooks orders, pays, waits, watches her hands tremble as she pours. You okay? He asks gently. Fine. She doesn't look up. He doesn't push. Not here, not yet. But he doesn't leave either. He sits by the window, drinks slowly. Koda lies at his feet, eyes still on Maya. At 7:15 a.m., Jenna arrives for her shift. She's bubbly, loud, immediately worried. Maya, oh my God, you finally texted me back. Are you okay? You look... Maya forces a smile. I'm fine. Just tired. Jenna doesn't buy it, but she knows better than to push in public. Brooks stands. Leaves a business card on the counter. If you ever need anything, he says quietly, call. Maya stares at the card, doesn't touch it. He leaves. But an hour later, he's back at the precinct running a routine welfare check request. Something feels wrong. He can't shake it. Meanwhile, Maya's phone buzzes. Ethan. Why is there a cop car outside your work? Her stomach drops. He's watching. He has a security app on her phone. She forgot. Maya. Just a customer. Nothing. Ethan. Don't lie to me, Ethan. I'm coming back early. Panic floods her. She has maybe an hour, Jenna notices. Maya, what's going on? Maya's eyes fill with tears. I can't do this anymore. Jenna pulls her into the back room. Do what? And for the first time in 11 months, Maya tells someone the truth. Jenna listens. Then she picks up Officer Brooks' card. Call him. Right now. He won't believe me. Ethan will. He gave you this card because his dog told him something was wrong. Call him. Maya's hands shake as she dials. Brooks answers on the second. Ring Brooks and a domestic violence advocate meet Maya at the coffee shop within 20 minutes. They move quickly. Maya gives a statement, shows the texts, the deleted photos on her cloud she thought Ethan erased. They escort her to pack essentials from her apartment before Ethan returns. But they're not fast enough. Ethan arrives at 12:40 p.m., sees the police car, sees Maya walking out with a bag. He doesn't yell. He doesn't threaten. He does something worse. He cries. In front of the officers, he's devastated, confused, concerned. Maya, what's happening? Did I do something wrong? Talk to me, please. I love you. To anyone watching, he's the heartbroken boyfriend. Maya freezes. This is what she feared. He's good at this. But Brooks has seen this before. So has the advocate. Sir, step back, Brooks says calmly. I just want to talk to her. Step back. Ethan's mask slips for half a second. His eyes go cold. Then the charm returns. This is a misunderstanding. Maya, tell them. No, Maya whispers. Then louder. No. It's the first time she's said it out loud. Ethan's face twists. You're making a huge mistake. You have nothing without me. No family, no money. You think anyone will... That's enough, Brooks cuts in. You need to leave. Ethan stares at Maya. She doesn't look away this time. He leaves. But the damage is done. He knows she spoke. He knows she left. The real fear begins now. Maya moves into a domestic violence shelter that night. She quits her job. Ethan knows where she works. Jenna helps her file a restraining order. Officer Brooks connects her with legal aid and a trauma counselor. The first week, Maya doesn't sleep. Every sound is Ethan. Every shadow is him finding her. The second week, she starts to breathe again. Slowly. She learns that the hand signal she used, the one Carol taught her 15 years ago, is part of a national canine training program for silent distress calls. Koda was trained to recognize it. That's why he alerted. Brooks checks in weekly. Not as a cop, just as someone who saw her use a lifeline and made sure it held. 2 months later, Maya enrolls in a full-time graphic design program. She gets a part-time, remote job. She starts therapy. She adopts a dog, a rescue named Pepper who sleeps by her bed. She doesn't talk to Ethan again. The restraining order holds. But some nights, she still wakes up afraid. Healing isn't a straight line. It's jagged, slow, painful, but she's walking it and she's not alone anymore. Sometimes the things we learn in childhood, the small moments of kindness, the skills we never think we'll use, become the threads that pull us back from the edge. Maya. Thought she was invisible. Thought no one would see. Thought no one would believe her, but a trained dog saw what she couldn't say aloud. And a stranger chose to listen. We spend so much time building walls to survive. Sometimes survival means letting one person see through them, even if it's terrifying. Even if it's a barista, a K-9 officer, and a hand signal learned at 9 years old. The people who saved Maya weren't heroes. They were just paying attention. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the most human thing we can do is notice when someone is drowning in silence and throw them a line before they go under.